You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, General Hospital fans, I've got your early weekly spoilers for September 29th through October 3rd. Looks like Drew is going to get lower and scummier than he ever has, and Nathan West drops a bombshell. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following us, please reach down, click that subscribe button. As we always do on Early Edition Day, before we dive into what's next week, we're going to start with what's happening the rest of this week to give you some context for these new spoilers. So on Wednesday, September 24th on GH, we've got Ned having a very serious conversation with Brook Lynn Quartermaine. Now, she's on a private jet heading off somewhere. We know that Tracy is missing. And on the plane, BLQ says, okay, I'm officially braced, spit it out. So it may be that Ned is on the plane with her going to find his mom. And that same day on Wednesday, we have spoilers saying Tracy takes a risk. So where has she gone? We'll find out. Felicia is very worried for James. He's already having a hard time because Maxie's in a coma. And now the dad he's never met is suddenly back from the dead. So she is right to be concerned. James spends time with his uncle Cody and tells him he wishes he was his dad. And you know that's going to hit the stable boy right in the heart. So Nina asks Nathan how he is here. At the end of the episode on Tuesday, he squeezed her hand and then he woke up and he opened his eyes and she said James, which is, you know, what she grew up calling him when she thought he was her brother. And she still considers him her brother. And he smiled at her, and it looked like a smile of recognition. We've heard that Nathan is completely intact. He knows who he is. He has all his faculties about him. So we'll see. Trina wants answers from Jordan, and Jordan tells Trina that there's nothing that she needs to do. So I just wonder, you know, at the end of Tuesday's episode, again, we had Trina waiting at the house to talk to Curtis, and it looks like Curtis and Portia's marriage has just imploded because he basically used Jordan as his alibi. And Portia is obviously assuming the worst because Isaiah is her alibi and we know what they were doing. So Marshall talks to his son Curtis and they discuss whether Curtis thinks Portia might be guilty of shooting Drew. She's drugged him, she's targeted him, she had a big motive, and at some point she's probably going to have to give her alibi to the cops if she's asked. And, you know, unless she wants to be accused, she's going to have to list Isaiah. And that means Curtis is going to find out. And he may call her a hypocrite. We'll see. So Portia talks to somebody at the hospital and says she's reconsidered. And maybe it's Britt about the job, but I doubt it. I think it might be Isaiah. Maybe she's going to hop right back in the bed with him because he is a cutie patootie. On Thursday, September 25th, we've got Rena Sofer back this week as Lois Cirillo for a short guest arc for Monica's funeral. Rena Sofer has now completely moved out of LA all the way across the country. She's living in New York. So it looks like she is stepping deeper into her retirement from acting. So enjoy Lois while she's here. Who knows how long it'll be before we see her again. The Quartermaine family and all of Port Charles says goodbye to Monica. And I wonder if the funeral is going to start late in the day. We'll see, because it depends on how quick they get Tracy back there. But emotions are going to be running high. Grab your tissues. We're going to have a load of Monica flashbacks covering Leslie Charleston's amazing decades on General Hospital. Obviously, Tracy's got to be found and brought home in time to say these sad goodbyes. I really, really, really hope that Frank Valentini didn't make the writers shove Sonny and Carly into Monica's funeral. I think that would be pretty terrible given their history, but they might. Drew is still gunshot and in the hospital recovering. I wonder if he's going to hobble into the memorial looking rough, but talking tough. Jordan advised Drew to let Monica's death be an example that he needs to be a better man, but we know he's actually about to do much worse. On Friday, September 26th, we've got more of the celebration of Monica Quartermaine's life. I'm expecting fully a beautiful tribute to both Monica and Leslie Charleston. And an unexpected visitor shakes things up at Monica's memorial. Now, This may be Drew showing up, but we also know that Erica Slezak's character is back this week, and Tracy sees her in the Quartermaine family crypt and demands to know who she is. And she's going to say that she is Ronnie, who is Monica's sister. And of course, Monica was adopted by Gail Baldwin, so we don't know really anything much about her biological family. The week of September 29th through October 3rd, the PCPD is still looking for Drew's shooter, and they are looking for who killed the judge. Portia may fall on the radar, but Drew is very intent on framing Michael, and he has his lawyer Martin working on that as well. And remember, Jacinda is the one thing that has Michael fully alibied, but Drew might pay her to recant her statement and just leave town. Liesl is absolutely shocked to find out that Nathan is in the hospital. I guess judging by her reaction, we'll find out if she knew there was any chance her son survived. And of course, we're still waiting to find out if Britt's boss is her dad, Faison, Nathan's dad too. Drew is on a mission to make sure he gets a slice of the Quartermaine pie now that Monica has passed away. Unless she retroactively adopted him as an adult, he's not legally her family or one of her heirs. And Drew's behavior is going to just keep getting worse, and he may be cooking up a whole new scheme. Michael worries about his alibi holding up, and we're going to find out a lot more about where Nathan has been the past 7 years. He is going to be dropping some bombshells. I'm very curious to see if he drops a truth bomb on Nina or if he holds some of the information back so that he can talk to his mom, Liesl Obrecht. And I do also wonder if Nathan and Britt know that each other is alive, because even if Faison was involved with both of their resurrections, that doesn't mean that he let them know about the other or let them interact. So I'm super curious to find out exactly what are the Faison and Obrecht family dynamics now that we have resurrected both of their children. We're going to find out why Ronnie is in town, and she is going to insist that the Quartermaine mansion and estate are hers. And of course, this is a sister that nobody knows about. If you remember, Martin found the letter that she had written, and he came to talk to Monica, didn't get to, and then she passed away before he could. We're also going to see Tracy going head to head with Ronnie, the mystery sister, and she's going to fight like crazy to make sure the estate stays in Quartermaine hands and preferably in Michael's hands.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.